In this lesson I am Zombie Boy, and we are in a horror cabin. Why? Because over the many years I've taught this course, more students tend to kill their test scores when asked simple questions about theory and theory construction than any other material. I don't know why, but it isn't possible to learn about theories of delinquency without knowing first what theory is, right? So in this lesson you are exposed to a very basic explanation of what a theory is, how a theory is constructed, and tested. I always tell students that I won't require you to know a whole lot of complex statistical analysis of theories, just the basics, but a word of warning here is appropriate. Too often students see this as a signal that they don't really need to know anything at all about theories, and they blow it on a test. That makes me sad, and I don't want any of you to make the mistake of skipping over this material in Chapter 5. Zombie Boy thanks you. Here's what you definitely need to know. A simple, working definition of theory, the three basic components of a theory, the dependent variable, the independent variable, and the conditioning variable or variables. If you use the simple example in our text, something many people intuitively believe to be true, child abuse causes delinquency, you can accomplish the basic learning objective of identifying what the dependent and independent variables do, how they affect each other if the theory has any validity. You should also be able to add a conditioning variable or two to increase the chances that the independent variable will impact the dependent variable. Think for a moment. What could you add to child abuse that might increase its impact on delinquency? It's very simple material, but as I just warned you, the fact that it is very easy isn't a sign that you should skip this material and then wing it on a test. Trust me on this. And you have been introduced to the first of four major theories our textbook deals with, strain theory. Agnew and Brezina present the four theories in a particular order for some very good reasons. Learn the theories in order. Again, trust me on this. It matters. Can you explain in detail the two major types of strain our text discusses? Do you think strain theory has validity? Do you think it is important in understanding why young people might break the law? Can you think of how strain or stress may impact your own decision making? Do you think strain and stress only impacts the decision making of young people? If you said yes to that last question, you are wrong. I'm far past 18 years of age, but I still experience strain and stress. The big difference is that I've been dealing with those things for a very long time, and I recognize them and try not to make important decisions when under a lot of strain or stress. We can't reasonably expect young people to come to adults and explain strain theory and request that we understand what is most important and therefore causing them strain. Can you think of something that stressed you out when you were 12 or 14 that doesn't bother you today? Can you think of something that caused you strain or stress at 12 or 14 that still causes you strain or stress today? This would be good stuff to put on this lesson's discussion forum. It should be clear what I want you to take from this lesson. I don't often pose as Zombie Boy in a horror cabin. Take heed and learn this material completely and thoroughly. Don't forget that in each lesson I urge you to self-test using the questions at the end of the chapters. It can really help solidify your understanding of the material. Work each step in each lesson, in order. Do not cut corners. This ends the mini lecture for Lesson 3. Did you notice that in the last mini lecture you heard me say, don't drink or text and drive? Repetition is key in learning, and if you learn not to ever drink or text and drive, I'll feel like you've gone a long way towards preserving your safety and the safety of others. I mean it when I say, have fun, and be safe. Trust Zombie Boy on this.